Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell, and welcome to 10,000 and Below. As we continue our journey through BoardGameGeek.com, looking at games that are ranked 10,000 and less. This is the 49th video of this that I've done, and what's interesting, I believe this is the first video that I've done where I haven't ranked any games a 7 or higher. We're always looking for hidden gems. However, I just did a quick glance at it before I started this, so maybe there is a game that I ranked 7 or higher. I just don't have it ranked on Board Game Geek that high. We'll have to wait and see. Let's get started. We always look at the first and last game. Unfortunately, the first one here is Whack a Catgirl. I'm not so sure about that. Oh, there's Civil War from 1961. Battle Yahtzee Deadpool, which I've ranked a 3. That's not very good. And then we'll take a look at Janus. That's kind of an interesting name. And then Too Many Monkeys. All right, so Whack a Catgirl. Yeah, this is from Asmati Games, actually. You are throwing things at her. That doesn't seem like... Yeah, no, I'm not very interested in this game at all. All right, Civil War, 1961 from Avalon Hill, one of their first games. This one here covers the whole war. This is their family social line. I find it interesting because I'm assuming that this is too light for wargamers, maybe? First war game ever owned. Not so great small game of the Civil War. A fast and loose game. I guess this is all comparative, you know, when I look at this. Oh, it looks pretty interesting. I find it interesting. Oh, there's pawns and stuff. Wow, that's something different. Pawns in a war game. Huh. Alright, Battle Yahtzee Deadpool. Yeah, this one's not good at all. It's just Yahtzee, but worse, I think, with special abilities. Yeah, whoever thought Yahtzee needed an extra die that gave special abilities? Blug. Alright, Janus, or Janus. This is from Amigo Games. This is a card game. Cards have symbols on both sides. I like that. That's a twist. Not necessarily a twist. So this is showing, oh, I like this picture. He's showing the one side, and then you can see the other side. No numbers, just symbols, though. So I'm assuming, what are you doing here? You can never flip the cards. You're trying to collect as many sets of 3 as possible. Okay. It's kind of an interesting idea, but obviously not rated too high. From 1993. Too Many Monkeys. This is a game from Game Right Games. And yeah, just like, okay, I remember this is Hello, My Name is Skip. That card you draw, you skip the next person. Kind of like an Uno-esque type thing. Cute artwork, but even for kids, I found this to be too lucky. Alrighty. There's an axe in my head. I'll talk about that one briefly. Vault. I gave Vault a very low ranking. There's Trivial Pursuit Doctor Who. Yeah, you played it against someone. Dino Party and Funny Fishing. All right, I remember when this game was announced. It had a bunch, you know, you're like in a, I mean, if you look at the picture here, it's like a diplomatic meeting and someone has an axe in their head and people are running around attacking each other. And so it's like this zany wacky game. Zany, wacky game. And I remember that they came to Origins and were showing it off, and it doesn't look that fantastic. I wonder if this, for some reason, I think this had gone to Kickstarter, maybe? Their company's Game Company number 3. Yeah, Origins 12 years ago? Huh. So I guess some people really like it, but for the most part, it has not done very well. Vaults. Alrighty, man, I wanted to like Vaults, but this one got a very negative rating from me. You are opening up vaults, trying to go into vaults, and there's all these symbols on the cards and everything, and the game is just really bad. It is just a It also doesn't look very good. The idea of breaking into vaults is interesting, but not here. Dino Party from 2018. This is from Ankama, which means it probably has good components. Looks pretty good. Man, I really like how the game looks. I wonder, I like the little dinosaur, wooden dinosaurs. I wonder why throw dinosaurs and create couples before the apocalypse strikes them. Bought it for its thing, a dexterity game. The game, throw dinosaurs. Silly dexterity game. Okay, I could see that I would enjoy something like this. All right, funny fishing. It's interesting that you'll notice, by the way, as we go through this, that this is ranked 14,922, but it's actually ranked 15,233 because I did a snapshot of the rankings about a month ago, so they've already changed dramatically as we're going through them here. Funny fishing, though, I gave this one a 6. It's a kid's game, but it works well as a kid's game. So if I said there's no good games in this list, this would be one of those. Only reason it's a 6 is because it doesn't work well for adults. But in this game, and this is a very accurate description of how the game looks. You're like, ready, you'll turn over one of these tiles, it will show you what kind of fish you need to catch, and then you got to grab one of these fishing poles and hope that it's connected to the fish you're trying to catch. And then you pull them and they come apart. And this looks like it would get all tangled up, but this did not get as tangled as you might think. They're like shoelace material type stuff, and it's interesting as you're following along, okay, where does this one end up with the fish? It's a silly game, it's very one note, but works for kids. Trivial Pursuit Janus 6 has 128 ratings. I can't even with these monsters. I like that name. Counting Z's and Solaris. Okay. So Trivial Pursuit Janus 6. This is the 6th edition. This came out in 2006. Looks the same as every other one. So I guess people just rate this one. But we're going to see what the lowest rated Trivial Pursuit is as we go through this list. I can't even with these monsters. This is from level 99. Daniel Solace. I don't remember this one coming out. It came out in 2016. It's a series of card games that all share one rule. The player with the highest odds score wins. So if the game ends at 9, 16, 20, 22 points, the player with 9 points wins. There are 56 cards. I have never heard of this. Artwork's okay. Oh, I see why it's called I Can't Even. Score 3 and opponents lose 1. Huh. Counting Z's. This is from Blood and Cardstock Games. This is kind of a storytelling game, but it has stuff to do with sleeping at night. And I first gave this a ranking, this is 2011, but I feel like I played it earlier than that. 2003, let's slide down. Where's my review? Yeah, my review came out 16 years ago. And if the people you plan to play this with are brimming to the top of creative juices, this is an excellent choice for your game sessions. Yeah, I would probably give this one a 5 now. But you got to play with creative people. Solaris. Oh, man, did I hate this game. This is from Queen Games. It looks really cool. Look at that board. And it's about moving around and fueling your ship and dropping stuff off. And totally themeless. It's Mancala-ish. Not Mancala-ish, but it's moving around and very, very slow game. Very boring actions. And I wanted to like this so much more than I actually did. Queen Games puts out a lot of amazing, fantastic games, but they also sometimes put out some real duds, and Solaris is one of those. Alrighty, Roll and Wall. We'll take a look at that in a second. Gondola has 94 ratings. Line Dice. And Mixtape Massacre. Ooh, Stratego Transformers. I didn't know that existed. All right, Roll and Wall is a rock climbing game. In this game, you are climbing up a wall with the rock climbers, and you get equipment. You have a backpack, which is actually pretty clever, fitting the things in your backpack. But to get up the wall, you're just pushing your luck, although the pushing your luck part is really, really lucky. I like the concept of this game. Unfortunately, the game itself is just okay, although it does come with its own dice tower. Gondola. This is from Jim Pinto, who never capitalizes his name. Jim Pinto actually has lot of background in the RPG world. He dabbled with board games for a while. This one I never played. It's from Big Kid Games. From 2017. Is this one even published? I just haven't heard it. Well, I guess so. Some people have reviewed it, but I just haven't played it. Again, and it doesn't have very high ratings. Let's take a look at the comments. There are tiles that if you pick them up, you must place them. Wasn't fun, just boring, too easy. One of the worst games, completely broken. Woo! People did not like this one, unfortunately. Line dice. I actually kept these dice because they have these lines on them. The game is okay. You're like taking these dice and placing them down and trying to form like a little train with dice. It's kind of an interesting idea, but it's not something that I would probably play now. Although I'm always fascinated by actually cool little dice like this. I found it to be okay. I have those black ones. What's this? These look, oh, they're white ones. Okay, same thing. Mixtape Massacre. This is from Bright Light Media. You play as horror film archetypes and complete a fictional 1986 killing spree to be remembered. Alrighty. You're visiting different locations. Wow, this sounds like a roll and move style game. Oh my, it is. So you're playing Buddy, the clown, the Friday the 13th character, the prom queen. All right, so this is playing hard on nostalgia. I can see why this one did not do very well. 2016, that is not a 2016 looking game. Stratego Transformers. There's probably more here than would meet your eye. There's a lot of human characters there for a Transformers game. So if this is like any of the other Stratego games that are themed, some of them have special abilities. Alrighty, Long Cow and Island Hopper. There's Outburst Bible Edition and the Campaign for North Africa, the Desert War, 1940 to 1943. All right, so we'll start with Long Cow. Long Cow is you are literally building a long cow. You can see the card artwork here. It's fun, it's entertaining, and it's not a very good game because you're just going to draw until you get the parts of the cows that you need. I like the concept of it. This part is funny to build an actual long cow, but the game itself is just kind of a take that style game. Island Hopper is a really fascinating game. I thought it was fine, but it's not a game for everybody. This is a game in which you are taking people and you are going to go drop them on an island. And other people are giving you clues like, hey, move your arm to the left or right, but somebody is likely lying to you. Someone might want you to mess up. So that's kind of fascinating, but at the end of the day, it's very, very one note. Nice production from Eagle Griffin, though. The Campaign for North Africa, the Desert War, 1940 to 43. The description here is meticulous detail war simulation that takes more than 40 days of playtime. This is from Richard Berg. This is a game that I've talked about in the past. Look at the time played here. That's 60,000 minutes. That's 1,000 hours. That's insane. There is rumors that this game was never actually played through by anybody. Play tested. This is a game that almost exists, I think, as an experiment to see how things work. You are keeping track of the noodles that the characters eat. Here's a picture of a girl, and then the board here. There's the rule books. Thousands of pieces. This is a ridiculous game. But you're going to read here. Let's look in the comments. We're going to find something where someone says, not as bad as you think. Let's see if we can find one. Any war game that gets featured in primetime TV gets a 10. Let me give this one a 10 in spite of its flaws. Alrighty, and then yes, 1. Yeah, I've never played this game, but apparently neither has the game designer, which has been reported. Unfortunately, the designer has passed away, so we'll not know. This game is literally a meme. That's why it was created. Yep. It's interesting. Yeah, so I didn't realize where this one would be. The Campaign for North Africa game, I can promise you, I'll never play. Alrighty. Quackin 2. Never heard of the first one. Rogers Champions of the Arena. Oh, Ragers. Sorry. Ragers. Fish, fish, fish. Rally Up has 98 comments. And let's see. Thumbs Up. 7 Up. This one here re-implements Quackin Rager, which this is a lower rank, so we'll get to that later on. But this is the second version. It's a race. Become the Hyper Cartman. Huh. This doesn't look that good, actually, but has a lot of ratings. Maybe it's more popular in Poland. Ragers Champions of the Arena. I wanted to like this one, but it just doesn't work. This back and forth. The artwork's kind of cool, although a little ridiculous. That slasher looks more like he's dancing than actually fighting in an arena. But this one was so bad, I gave it a 2. Really, really bad. Rally Up. This is from Blue Orange Games. That's why it has 98 ratings. What happens when 110 are shuffled and then arithmetically placed on a table? Find 2 images that belong to the same family. So a speed game. Okay. Thumbs Up. In this game, you're putting rings on thumbs. The picture of the box shows you everything. It will show you a bunch of, you'll draw a card. It shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just put the rings on your thumb in that order. That's it. Silly for kids. And it's a speed game. 12 Menmorris. Quackin the Box. Bardagi, The Claim for Gold. A lot of these games I'm remembering as I see them now. And Headbands Act Up. All right, 12 Menmorris is a public domain game. You can get a copy from the Game Crafter. It's similar to 9 Menmorris, which that one is ranked 18,000. Oh my word. All right, well, I guess 12 is slightly better than 9 Menmorris. It's played in the Middle Ages. All right, it's cool to see these games. Quackin the Box, I gave this one a 2. You Were Unscrupulous. There's another one I really gave poor. Yeah, look at that. Just this garbage. Man, let's not waste our time. Bardagi, The Claim for Gold. I really wanted to like this one. This one here, as you're moving across this board, trying to collect gold, but look at all that symbology that's on there. There's just too much going on. This game came out in 2016. It's a card-driven area management adventure board game, but there's just too much pieces, too much things going on in this, and it's too hard to figure out how to play. And also, if I remember correctly, there was very limited resources. Headbands Act Up. This is where you have headbands and you are trying to act out what other people have in their head to try to get them to guess. Really good for kids. Again, not necessarily for adults. As you can see, there's a lot of kids games as we get lower and lower down this list. We have Ooga, 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 Chaka. Gaza the Game. Gang Up, I gave that a 2. There's a lot of 2s that I'm ranking on this one here. Kuno, I ranked a 2. Man, well, at least I'm in line, I guess there. Well, this game's just called Hug Me. Vampire. Something Fishy, and we always look at the last one. Blitzkrieg 1940. All right. Ooga. Oh, I remember Ooga. This is a game in which you were hunting dinos and you were using plungers and you flip things over and then you would try to pick up stuff from the middle as fast as you could with a plunger. It's entertaining, but the game itself wasn't good. This is a Simply Fun game, which is the Tupperware company of board games. Gaza the Game. This is a soccer game. Alrighty. A ball moves based on card play. Football. Okay. It looks very, very light. I can see Milton Bradley. That's probably why it's ranked so low. Gang Up. I gave this one a 2. You were trying to become the ultimate crime lord, and it's basically a take that game. Not a very good one. Yep, not impressed with this one at all. Another one I gave a 2. Kuno. Oh, Crazy Eights. You're discarding cow cards and yelling at the same time. But the direction of the cow cards matters. Oh, I remember that. So annoying. So annoying. Did not like this one at all. Hug Me. I want to look at the cover here. Are these zombies? Those are zombies. I would not have thought a game called Hug Me is zombies. Beetle zombies. Baby zombies. But not very highly rated, unfortunately. Humans have a brain, but zombies have a heart. Okay. I just like it. That's called. All right, then Vampire is an old game, or an older game from 2003 from Wolfgang Kramer. Should those be casting shadows? Oh no, those are the guys hunting the vampires. I really like how this one looks. I know I've seen this one before. I wonder why it's rated low. Let's take a look at the comments. A shooting gallery game. You chuck garlic until the count comes out. Oh, I want to play this now, where you're throwing garlic at vampires. A very light game. Okay. Something Fishy. I remember this game. This is another one from Simply Fun. Like I said, the Tupperware of games. You're drawing cards and playing them in rows, and then the hungrier fish eat them. I've played this with kids before, and it works well for a kid thing, and I really like how the cards look because you're just playing the cards. The bigger fish eat the smaller fish. That type of thing. Blitzkrieg 1940, Hunt at Stone. This is a game about, this is from a magazine, and looks like those are not bad looking counters for sure. I always wonder, maybe wargamers could tell me why. Like, why can't wargamer counters always look like this? Why do they show like the box with an X through it and a tank? Why not just draw a little picture of a tank? You still put the same numbers on the card. But this one looks pretty good for coming in a magazine, although you probably have to cut out the counters, which is annoying. Well, there we go, folks. I have now gone through 5,000 games. We've gone, this is a series called 10,000 and Below. Starting our next episode, we are now technically 15,000 and below. So I believe we're going to go up almost 4,000 more games, and they're only going to get worse. But are there still good games in the mix? It's very possible. Is there a game that I went through here that I should have talked about more, or one that you'd like to talk about? Mention it in the comments below. Until next time, though, I'm Tom Vassell, and you've been watching 10,000 and Below on the Dice Tower.